Sports Stars Magazine here with Mater Dei standout Kirra Pantaleon. An all-time classic here tonight at Mater Dei. Certainly not the way that you ladies wanted it to turn out. But before we talk about just the ebb and flow and the emotional back and forth, like just the energy in the pool, the energy on the deck, right? Like I mean, just gaining the right amount of attention and recognition and respect and acknowledgement for women's water polo. Like just I know obviously you're not thinking about that when when you're in the pool and when it's the clutch moments of the fourth quarter and overtime, but like just when just having this type of a showcase, because I think a lot of people really didn't get to see that unless they made the trip to Santa Barbara on Saturday. But obviously here with two great programs and not just in Orange County but in the entire United States, like just how special is it to be part of such a highly competitive match like that?
Well, it's definitely well, I don't know, like working training and kind of like knowing that water polo isn't like a really big sport's like hard, but definitely tonight, like coming with like a huge crowd and like even like with people cheering against me, I think it's just like really good having the sport be like popular. I think and kind of like having that support, especially for like a girls sport, I think is really important, and it's really like honestly like just fun to play with. Yeah,
because I mean obviously you've represented our country and performed so brilliantly, but I mean obviously in some of the countries that you've performed in, right, there isn't always that level of attention and recognition and support, right? So it's like, I mean, when you've got all the boys teams and the JV teams and and all the parents and the faculty and whatnot, like just literally hanging on every pass and every play and every shot, like just I mean, is it meaningful, like that we see two of the best teams in the United States out here and like and you're such an integral part of that? Like is that really meaningful to you?
Well, definitely. I think especially like you were saying, like playing internationally, it's like interesting to see how like in different countries like they really like love like water polo, I think, and kind of like seeing tonight like I guess just the energy on the pool deck and kind of just seeing how that like correlated into our energy like in the pool kind of going up and down, I think was like really like fun to play with. I think honestly something that doesn't really happen that often, but I think like the energy on the pool deck was really great and like yeah.
Most definitely. In terms of the match itself, I really felt like once you ladies made that push and got up 8-6, it was like I was kind of waiting for it to unfold very similar to Saturday and very similar to the Holiday Cup. It's like once you ladies kind of get that momentum going, but it just seemed like as brilliantly as you played and as hard as the group played, like you just could never find that that next level to put them away. Like could you? I mean, obviously it's a super high quality team. All you ladies know each other really well.
Yeah.
But did you ever really feel like you could kind of like the group as a whole could ever get in that groove and get in that rhythm? Because obviously 6-on-5s are supposed to be an advantage, and both teams never really took advantage of them.
Right. I think definitely. I guess like kind of the past couple of weekends we've been like used to like winning, I guess, in a sense. So we kind of weren't like prepared. I think this game I don't think we took it as seriously, and I think like Newport being like a really good team kind of just like took advantage of that in like the fourth quarter definitely. But I think when we were like up 8-6, I thought like we had a little momentum and it kind of just like died down a little bit, and I think we're gonna like be working on that more and like training and stuff. But it was definitely like a wake up call today.
Yeah, because I mean obviously there's chapters, right? Like we talked on Saturday about the chapters with you ladies in Orange Lutheran, obviously multiple chapters now here. We know it's far from over. You probably end up playing both of them again, in the Newport Harbor tournament. Certainly in the Southern Section, playoffs, the regional playoffs. So this is far from done. But is there one thing that you and the group, or Chris and the coaches, were really able to pinpoint in terms of what they did to kind of just bottle things up and kind of create a lot more chaos this time and not allow you ladies to kind of have open water and play as freely as you did at the Holiday Cup?
I think definitely our like 6-on-5. Looking at the stats, we were like 1 for 12, which is like not ideal. But
and the fact that you were still in overtime, right, against
crazy,
another one of the best teams in the country, it's like we're 1 for 12, and it's like even if it's 2 for 12 or 3 for 12, it's like we're talking about a different outcome.
Yeah. Definitely that is something that we should definitely work on, and something that Chris and all the girls know that we're going to be working on this week. But I think they took advantage of that, kind of using that to like get momentum definitely it like throughout the game, not like towards the end, but really like.
Well, and Lydia's a tough goalkeeper to solve, anyways.
Right, yeah.
And then especially when you go 1 for 12, it's like you're not doing yourself any favors.
Right.
But big picture, though, Kirra, like obviously, as high and as special a moment as it was, as we talked on Saturday to win that tournament for the very first time. Everything was going to reset to zero tonight. Everything's going to reset to zero at the Newport Harbor tournament. Everything's going to reset on the 28th, to Olu, until we get to the playoffs and and it starts becoming, playing for keeps, right? All of this is just learning experiences along the way. So, not to say that this group was lacking any hunger or any drive, but I have to believe that there's going to be a lot more hunger and drive now to be like, look, because I take the San Marcos result with a grain of salt because I know the group wasn't at full strength.
True.
But now it's like, look, hey, if we're 1 for 12 on 6-on-5 against anybody in Southern California, we're probably not going to win a lot.
You're right.
So is this just the good reminder that it's like, hey, just
Yeah.
because of what's happened before, because we won 2 tournaments, we still have to come out and prove it every day or every night.
Right. Definitely. I think I'm glad that we lost today and not later in season for CIF and stuff like that, but I think definitely this is going to be a really big push for us moving forward in training and games, I think. But definitely a big push after today's loss.
Class act, brilliant performance tonight, affirming why you're one of the best in the United States. Well done.
Thank you.